Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel.
This is Bernard
and Weedy with
Explore as we go.
This is our third update of us living in Bali during the coronavirus pandemic.
Today we're watching the sunset in Baruna Beach.
We are full-time travelers documenting our adventures around the world. Since the start of the pandemic, we've been seeking quarantine here in Bali for the past 5 months. Technically, our 1-year journey would have ended on April 1st, but we were here granted an emergency stay permit and we prolonged our stay in Bali. If this is your first time checking in with us, please be sure to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for notifications on future videos of travel and travel hacks. We love what we do and we love to share our adventures, so we hope you stay tuned with us.
On July 13, our blessings were counted short. The government announced that we no longer have this free emergency stay permit to stay in Indonesia. To extend our stay, we need to go through the proper procedures and apply for all the necessary visa applications.
Now this got really crazy because there are about 7,000 tourists that are still stranded in Bali. So once they made that announcement, everyone started trying to figure out how they were gonna stay or what they were gonna do if they were to leave.
So what did we do?
We've been researching and looking for a way to stay here in Bali because we're trying to stay here as much as possible and avoid flying.
As you can see, I don't think you can fly anywhere or even to much countries excepting short-term visitors like us. So that means by August 12th, we have to leave the country if we don't have a visa on hand to avoid paying the $100 a day overstay fine.
Like every visa application process, it is slow and tedious, even stressful. So this time we decided to go with a visa agent who would set it up all for us. There were so many of them trying to charge us a large amount of money, but we found one that was super fair. We did this on Monday, so here's what happened. So right now, we are in a super crazy situation. We just found out that the visa agent that we originally were gonna go with are not going to take...
Non-responsive.
They're non-responsive right now. So we are actually looking for a new visa agent. And we found one on Facebook and he said that he's going to stop doing applications today at 4. Right now it's 3 p.m. and his price is in our budget, so we're gonna go find him in Denpasar. It's about a 20-minute drive away from where we are right now, and hopefully we can get there and clarify how we need to change our free visa situation to a telex to a social visa. So this should be a really interesting experience. We are completely clueless right now, and hopefully we'll find some clarity in this trip.
It's also a new process, and the time now is actually 3:15. So we gotta run.
Let's go.
We made it. This should be the right place because there are a lot of people waiting.
Alright, so we have finally made it to this random hotel where they've made shop in one of these rooms as a visa agency, and we're trying to wait until they can see us. There is a small little queue now behind and B's right there, and we're just waiting until they can see us, talk to us about our visa situation, and hopefully all goes well. The reason why we rushed here so quickly was because they were going to close for the next 2 days and we didn't want to wait that long. So we're here now. Keep your fingers crossed that all goes well, but this is a crazy situation. Everyone is also trying to get their visa applications in before they close. Alright, so we're all set. We paid our 200,000 per person for our application fee. Hopefully it gets squared away within a couple days, so we go from our free visa to a telex, and then shortly after a telex to a social visa. We hope that this will be completed within the week. Only time will tell, so we're gonna head back to our hotel now and get some work done.
So what's going to happen to tourism in Bali? Officials are starting to plan for opening date on September 11, allowing travelers to come into the island. It might seem a little bit optimistic, but right now, borders are still closed to short-term visitors visiting the island. However, with laws changing so rapidly, we're hoping that the neighboring countries within Indonesia might create some form of travel bubble to allow visitors to come into the island. On the other note, domestic travels within Bali has already started since August 1st. As we can see, the influx of people escaping from the cities, coming into the island to visit the beaches, and maybe just to get a little bit of island life.
Bali has opened up, so all of the people from other parts of Indonesia are here, and the beach is packed. This is much more people than I thought was going to be here. So.
But with new normals protocols, just like this one, where you have to take a rapid test right before you jump onto your domestic flight flying within Indonesia. Each test costs you about 150,000 rupiah. That's gonna cost about 10 US dollars. It might help encourage people to start traveling again, but as you can see, the airport's pretty dead. And we're still optimistic for the reopening of tourism within this beautiful island.
And we are back. It's a sad day because today is Friday and we thought that we were going to get our telex.
Still no news.
So we are actually still in line. We don't really know what's going on, but the visa agent has mentioned to us that there is a stall in the processing from the Jakarta office, which is understandable. Everyone is trying to get their visa applications in and everyone just wants to stay.
There is only a 2-week time limit to apply for the visa, but as you can guess, everyone is applying for their application at the same time within this week. So you can probably imagine how overwhelmed the immigration is right now processing visa.
I think it's also a holiday weekend too, so there's definitely less people in the office working, and it's the weekend too, so now we'll have to wait until Monday to see what goes on, but keep your fingers crossed for us that it will be positive news.
So, what do you think is going to happen with international travels?
I personally think that September 11th for Indonesia is actually not going to happen. Even though I'm a pretty optimistic person, I believe it'll probably be pushed back to November, maybe even December. The pandemic isn't over yet, and there's still so many countries currently dealing with this issue.
I know, I just feel like without the vaccine, international travel is going to stall at least until the end of the year, or maybe even early next year.
Who knows, only time will tell, but we're still really hopeful that all of this will be resolved soon and that we'll get our visa to stay and we'll be safe here in Bali.
Right, so when we get this visa, it will mean that we'll be able to extend our stay in Indonesia for another 6 months. So that's good for till early next year.
So that's when B is planning to leave here. I have no idea what's going on. We're just trying to stay optimistic.
Honestly, like for us, we can go anywhere whenever the countries start opening up their borders. But as till date today, like every country is pushing back their extension for closing their borders. Especially like Taiwan, countries like Taiwan. We always wanted to go to Taiwan, but Taiwan has mentioned that until there is a vaccine that is produced for the masses, they're not going to open their borders for international travelers. So our fate is sealed until another country is open to accept us in.
So that is the end of our video. Thank you so much for staying in until the end. We thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet and give us a like on the video. And if you haven't yet, leave a comment below about what you feel when the pandemic will be over or when countries will open up.
Exactly. What do you think about how travel is going to be affecting in the next 6 months to a year? Let us know in the comments down below.
Alright, have a nice weekend. We'll see you once again.